Hey y'all, today I watched a TikTok and I reacted to it. So I'm going to show you the TikTok, but it's a long one. It's 3 minutes. So enjoy, and then I'm going to talk about it after. Okay, bye.
Y'all loved that video. You loved it. You ate it right the fuck up. Especially all you binary trans people out there. Nom, 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 nom. That was you with that video. After, a good week or so of trans people telling me that I'm not trans and that I don't have dysphoria and that I should stop talking and that other people's feelings aren't real, this is actually not the conversation I thought I'd be having. But I've been reading this great book recently called The Tragedy of Heterosexuality. Very good. Would highly recommend. And something they touch on that I think about a lot is how the Born This Way narrative has severely impacted people's ability to conceptualize someone choosing queerness and why someone choosing queerness would make their life better. I think it's also a lot more difficult of a conversation to have about gender queerness than queerness of sexuality because it's a lot easier to see the material ways that being gay makes your life better than it is being trans. I can actually just hear all the trans people right now being like, what the fuck are you talking about? In what way does being trans make your life better? And I would have felt the same way in the beginning because I used to think of being trans as something that happened to me. Like, I remember I realized and I was just like, fuck, shit, God damn it, this is about to be so hard. This is going to ruin everything. And then it did. And I didn't feel like I had a choice in that in the beginning. I felt like it was happening to me. And now I recognize it as a choice. I personally think that I chose to transition. I think it's something that I am choosing every day. And I think that despite all of my gender dysphoria now, I think that if I was born a boy, I would choose it again. And the thing about hypotheticals is that they're meant to point to something in reality. You can say you would have been cis as much as you want, but that's not the hand that you were dealt. And it's not the hand that we missed that boat. Sorry, not gonna happen. I don't feel like I was always trans. I don't feel like I was secretly a little boy. I feel like I found out that it was an option and I really wanted that option very deeply. And it's even hard to admit out loud that it's something that I wanted very badly, not something that I didn't have any choice in, because I think the second one is a lot more forgivable for people, but I don't want to be forgivable anymore. I'd like to be honest, and the honest truth of the matter is that many trans people, many bitch, their transness means more to them. When it comes to gender, being trans means more to them than being a boy or a girl. And that is not about me being non-binary. That is about me being trans. Transphobia is obviously not a joyful experience for me, but being trans is. It's a joyful experience for me to have in my life. And I notice a lot of the people who are really upset by that are white teenagers. And I have to ask you, who would you be without the oppression of being trans? Which is a very real oppression, I understand. I have gender dysphoria. I fantasize about being a boy, but I wouldn't choose to be cis anymore. And that should make you happy, not upset. That's weird that you're upset.
My gosh, this video was so based, honestly. I really resounded with it. I think that I also have, in the past, had a tendency to focus on the negatives of being trans. Because it's easy, it is easy to feel like, I don't know. It makes it easier if you tell yourself that, like, I didn't choose this. But the reality is, I did want this for a very long time. I wanted to transition. I wanted not to be trans necessarily. Not initially, at least. I wanted to be able to have myself and my personhood. And I was denying myself my full personhood by not being trans. So in that way, I wanted my full personhood. And if I was denying myself my full personhood by not transitioning, then that means that transitioning is what I wanted. Because transitioning would have helped complete my personhood. Not complete it completely, because there's always more to, like, explore about your personhood. But more, a lot more. I've learned so much about myself in being trans. And I really, I don't know. I've learned so much, and I've completely gotten to decide who I am and who I want to be. And, like, I've come to learn so much about myself in this journey. It's not about being a boy or a girl at all. And, like, it's just about being a person. Like, I'm finally a person, whereas before I was just like an idea of what other people thought I should be. And I'm so happy to finally, like, be a person, and have my personhood and my autonomy and my freedom. And there's so many, like, positives that have, like, come with being trans as well. Of course, sorry, there's birds. Of course I don't like transphobia, and I don't like when people act transphobically towards me, and I don't like when I'm in situations where I feel uncomfortable because I don't really know anybody, or, like, I don't know enough people. I feel like I'm not in an unsafe environment, but I'm in an uncertain environment, maybe. And then people start being transphobic. Like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable. Like, is shit about to escalate? Do all of you feel this way? Or do all of you want to do this to me right now? Is this happening? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'd be a little bit nervous in my own head. As I grow into myself more, I definitely am happy to be a person. I'm happier being a person than I ever was being a man. And even in my early transition when I tried, like, being a woman, necessarily. Or, kind of. Like, leaning further into full femininity rather than just personhood. But over the past 2 years, like, I don't know, I've learned that, like, it really is about my personhood and my complete personhood rather than boy or girl. One of the major factors in this is the fact that I got on hormones that are more in line with the direction that I want to take my life. Like, I have made many hormonal and, like, physical changes as well in this time. It's not all just things that I've learned mentally. Because boy and girl are just, like, ideas that other people, I don't know, it's just ideas that other people are holding rather than ideas that I'm holding. Yeah. And I do agree, and I've said that from the beginning, that if I was born the other way, I still would be trans. I still would have transitioned. And, like, honestly, I kind of say that, like, I think that's what I would have preferred. Like, I don't like being big. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of pros, and I shouldn't just, like, poop on myself, or poop on my body. But, like, I didn't want to be big, you know? Like, I'm a big person, and that's fine. Like, I'm just a big person. It's okay. YOLO, right? That's what they're saying. But I think I would have liked the other way more. But then if I was the other way, I probably would be saying that about this way. So, GG. I don't mind being trans. I just wish people weren't an asshole to me about it sometimes. And I wish people didn't make a big deal about it. Like, I wish it could just be a thing that existed rather than, like, a point of contention or, like, a political talking point, a piece of the culture war. Like, I don't mind being trans when me being trans, you don't mind, you know? Like, if you're vibing with me, I'm vibing with you. We're vibing. We're just vibing.
Twitch,
You're vibe. You're not just vibing. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got. I mean, I love you. Bye. I do want to end on a positive note. So I really do like being trans, and I like all of the personal development that has come from my transition and my personhood and my autonomy and my freedom that I have gotten to truly realize through transitioning.